Hi, I'm Debbie and this is Tim. Welcome to Vintage Food Farm. We used to live in the big old city of Sydney. We had big jobs, we had a big house, big cars, big bills, and to tell you the truth, we were totally over it. So we packed up and sold everything and we moved to beautiful, tropical, far north Queensland. The tour with just a really quick run through of the front of the block. It is a gently sloping block, which makes it perfect for fruit trees. So most of the new fruit trees that we've planted is here. So I'll just show you lots of different varieties. That's a dragon tooth mango, so that's a beautiful mango. We've got some egg fruit. You can see all the chickens are free ranging down here underneath the cassava. Hello, Coco. What you up to? What are you up to? They're all digging up lots of grubs and protein, which is great. Lots of different fruit trees down here. We've got ice cream bean, we've got bananas, lemons, kaffir lime, jackfruit, pear, a tropical pear. But I'll include all of these trees in the fruit tree tour so that I can go into much more detail. Mulberries. And say hello to Cherry. Hello, Cherry. Hello. What you doing? What you doing? When we first moved to the Cairns region, or far north Queensland, we had no idea that we would ever even want a rural property. I think it was because we saw how easy it was to grow, even in a suburban block, how easy it is to grow plants in the tropics. 2 years ago, we bought this property, which is 3.2 acres. It already had about 20 established fruit trees on it, which was so exciting for us that we could eat fruit that was grown on our own property. So we then planted a whole heap more fruit trees, probably way too many. And we also established a very productive tropical vegetable garden, which I'll show you in a minute. The property has an old house, which we have absolutely no intention of renovating. And if anybody knows us, they know that we have renovated a lot. There's a huge shed, a granny flat, 4 rainwater tanks, and excitingly, a really great bore with really great bore water. This is the vegetable garden. Lots of tropical vegetables and herbs. And this is probably the main reason that I wanted to start this channel. I was so excited about becoming self-sufficient and growing our own fruit and vegetables that I actually didn't find it that easy to find information on growing in tropical Australia. I could get a lot of information on Costa Rica and Southeast Asia and India and Florida, and even some really great stuff from Southeast Queensland, but nothing really for Northern Australia's tropical climate. So I'll give you a quick look at the chicken coop and the chicken run. When we moved here, there were no fences. There's a lot of wildlife. There's lots of wallabies and bandicoots and wild pigs and even wild dogs we've had on the property. So we did set up a few different areas for the chickens. This is their main run. Having said that, they spend more time free ranging outside the fences. And then over here is their little run, which is where they come out of the automatic chicken door in the morning. They stay in here just till I can come out and check that there's no pythons lurking around. We did have a 4-metre long python here the other day, about 2 weeks ago. And the reason we knew it was here, I'll just try and show you a guinea fowl. So that's our little male guinea fowl. So what happens is when he sees anything different, it might be a snake or a dog or a person he doesn't know or a delivery driver, he loses his absolute mind, and they are so loud and so aggressive. So we have got 2 guinea fowl, and they're here mainly to protect the chickens from any predators, even if they don't attack them. So he couldn't attack the snake the other day because the snake was outside and the cage was locked and the guinea was inside. They still put up a ruckus and let you know that something is wrong. So as well as the vegetable garden being really productive for humans, we feed our chickens so much food from that vegetable garden. One of the things that we didn't think about, we knew that we wanted to be self-sufficient, but we'd never realised, obviously 2 years ago, that the cost of living was going to increase so much. We don't buy any fruit or vegetables from the shops anymore. I used to buy a lot from the markets, and that's actually how I grew a lot of the stuff in the garden, by just getting herbs and that from the market and growing them, and then waiting for them to go to seed. So yeah, it's been really great learning how to cut the cost of living as well by growing your own food and growing your chickens' food, and then you get really cheap, really good eggs. So I'll show you some other things over here. So this is the loofah clothesline. What else would you use a clothesline for? But what I want to show you over here is really exciting. So we started off growing dragon fruit in the ground, but it really did not work. They weren't growing at all, even when we watered them and fertilised them. So I'll just turn this around to show you. So these are dragon fruit in hanging baskets. So they should grow right down to the ground, and we should be able to easily pick the fruit. I'm very, very excited about these. So much new growth. Even just in the last couple of days, they just keep doing really well. This is a trailer full of mill mud. Mill mud is a byproduct of sugarcane production, and it's really great potting mix. We have it in our garden beds. Very nutritious. Gorgeous stuff. You can see here I've got pots ready to fill up. These ones I'm going to put ferns in to get them grown up so that I can do hanging ferns. I'll take you over to the shed area and I'll show you the most exciting fruit tree on the property at the moment. So these are our 4 water tanks. So plenty of beautiful rainwater to drink. Over here is the survival of the fittest. That's a very messy shed. The survival of the fittest garden. So this was filled with weeds, and to be able to maintain the weeds is impossible. So what we did was we planted betel leaf. Betel leaf is a herb from everywhere. India, Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia. In Vietnam, they wrap beef mince with lemongrass inside, wrap it up into like a roll, like a little spring roll type shape, and grill it over coals. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so lovely. Or you can just wrap food in it fresh and eat it. So the idea is that the betel leaf, and you can see it's starting to move, it's coming up all over the place, will take over and drown out all the weeds. That's the theory. We'll see what happens. This is a guava. So there should be fruit starting. Yep. So there's some guavas starting. Yep, heaps. And then over here, that's my son's granny flat there. This is so exciting. So when we moved in, this lychee tree had never fruited before. So we watered it and we fertilised it and we did everything that we could think of. And the first year, it still didn't fruit. So we went out and we paid an absolute truckload for another variety of lychee, which we've planted just around the corner. Because we were told that if your lychee isn't fruiting, that it needs another species of lychee to cross-pollinate with it. So we went out and paid a truckload for this small, tiny little lychee tree, and we planted it. And I'm not kidding you, the next week, this tree went into bloom and then got small lychees, and now it's getting like really nice crop. If you just have a look up there, there's thousands and thousands of them. So basically we wasted our money on a lychee tree that we do not need, because we won't be able to eat that many lychees in a lifetime. Over here we've got pigeon pea, cassava, an elderflower tree, some sugar cane, lemongrass. There's the mango trees down the back there. So I will do a proper fruit tree tour, but I'll just show you now. I've been bitten by something. Here's some beautiful mangoes on the mango trees. And there's a few mango trees. That's the lychee tree. That's the burn pile. All the ash that we get from this, which is bucket loads every time we burn. And obviously with this much bush and rainforest around us, there's branches dropping all the time. We just throw them over here and burn them, or we mulch them, and the ash goes straight onto the garden. We get some passion fruit off of that passion fruit at the base of the mango tree. Yeah, lots more fruit trees up there, but I'll do a separate tour and show you and go through all the different sorts of fruit trees that we're growing, and what you could grow if you wanted to do something like this in the tropics of far north Queensland. So that brings our vintage food farm tour to an end. I will come back and do individual videos on, I've got so many things I would like to do individual videos on, like the chickens and the veggie garden, the irrigation that we use, the fruit trees, so many things. But until then, thank you for watching, stay calm in the farm, and we'll see you next time.